Earth has only 5 days left before the skies burn and the ground splits open. Spider-Man swings into chaos. Wolverine unsheathes his claws, and Superman descends from the heavens. Their enemy, the Alien ThunderCats, ancient warlords born from forbidden cosmic experiments. Every battle uncovers betrayals, hidden powers, and a prophecy tying the heroes to the villain's bloodline. When survival means facing destiny itself, the line between savior and monster begins to blur. Shadows over the city. The sun dipped behind the towering skyline of New York, casting long, golden streaks across the city streets. Spider-Man swung effortlessly between the skyscrapers, a rhythmic thwip-thwip of his webbing echoing against the glass towers. The city below was alive with oblivious civilians, unaware that their ordinary evening was about to erupt into chaos. Somewhere in the distance, Wolverine's boots struck the rooftop with a metallic snap, and his claws glinted as he scanned the horizon. Across the skies, Superman hovered silently, his cape snapping against the wind, his eyes narrowing at unusual signals flickering in the clouds, an anomaly he couldn't ignore. It all started as a routine mission. Spider-Man was chasing a gang that had stolen advanced Stark Tech weaponry. Wolverine was tracking unusual energy readings across the city, and Superman was monitoring atmospheric disturbances that no radar could explain. On the surface, it looked like separate incidents, but beneath it, the threads were weaving together into a nightmare. Spider-Man landed on the edge of a rooftop, crouched, observing a strange figure among the civilians below. Its movements were fluid but unnatural, almost feline, and its eyes glowed with a red hue that pierced the dimming light. He activated his communicator. "Logan, you seeing this? Something's not right." A growl answered him from the shadows. Wolverine emerged from the rooftop opposite, claws extended and ready. "Yeah, not right. Doesn't even start to cover it. Whatever this thing is, it's not from this world." Before Spider-Man could respond, a streak of energy shot across the street below, obliterating a car. Civilians screamed and scattered. Superman descended, landing with a thunderous impact, shaking the concrete beneath them. "We need to contain this fast. It's spreading." From the shadows, a figure leaped into view. Tall, muscular, feline in shape, but with alien features. Its armor reflected the dying sunlight in jagged shards. It hissed, a sound that carried 1,000 years of rage. "I am R.A. Thok of the ThunderCats," it announced, voice amplified by some unnatural resonance. "And your planet is mine to claim." Spider-Man shot webs at the alien, but they melted before reaching it. Wolverine lunged, claws tearing through what appeared to be solid metal. But the creature shifted, its body adaptive, morphing, shrugging off the assault. Superman's heat vision sliced through the air, forcing the alien to dodge at supersonic speed. Amid the fight, Spider-Man noticed the alien carrying a strange device, a small orb pulsing with energy that seemed to warp reality around it. His mind raced. That's not just a weapon, it's a signal. Something calling them here. Meanwhile, Wolverine's senses screamed a warning. This isn't just an invasion. It's a hunting ground. He's not looking to conquer. He's selecting. The alien leaped to the rooftop where Superman stood. Its claws glowed with blue plasma as it swiped at him. Superman blocked, but the sheer force sent shockwaves across the buildings, shattering windows for blocks. "He's stronger than he should be," Superman muttered under his breath. Spider-Man swung closer, landing behind the alien. "Okay, that's our cue," he quipped, trying to hide his fear. "Plan A, don't die." But before they could coordinate, a blinding pulse erupted from the orb the alien carried. The city's power grid flickered, traffic lights turned red simultaneously, and for a moment, time seemed slower. Spider-Man felt his reflexes lag. Wolverine's senses screamed of distorted energy, and Superman's vision blurred, as if reality itself were bending. The alien laughed. "Your strength is admirable, heroes, but you are irrelevant to the cosmic tide I bring." Suddenly, the alien vanished, leaving only a scorched crater where it had stood. The heroes looked at each other, stunned. Spider-Man's hands shook. Wait, did he just teleport? Wolverine growled, scanning the rooftops. Not teleport. That was a spatial warp. He's playing with dimensions. This isn't Earth-level physics anymore. Superman clenched his fists. He's testing us, and we need answers fast before the next wave hits. As the trio regrouped, a hidden camera on a nearby rooftop clicked. Someone, or something, was recording the battle. The image flickered, showing the alien raising the orb to the sky. Lines of light shot upward, disappearing into the clouds. A whisper echoed across dimensions. Let the hunt begin. The heroes didn't realize it yet, but the signals they had been tracking for weeks weren't random. They were bait. The alien had been observing, waiting for the exact moment when Earth's defenders were most vulnerable. Spider-Man swung over to a digital billboard, tapping into the city's network. I'm trying to trace that signal. Whatever this orb is, it's communicating, maybe calling reinforcements. Superman placed a hand on his shoulder. Be careful. This isn't just a battle for Earth. This could be the beginning of something galactic. Wolverine snarled, looking at the crater again. And something ancient. I can feel in my bones. This thing, it has history. Blood on its claws, and not just human. Before they could strategize further, alarms blared from underground. Energy readings far stronger than the orb erupted from below the city. The ground shook violently, sending cars skidding and pedestrians screaming. A portal tore open in the middle of Times Square, jagged and unstable, revealing glimpses of a barren alien world. A war-torn landscape with 2 moons, rivers of molten metal, and skies filled with jagged lightning. Through it, dozens of ThunderCats leaped onto Earth, each one more terrifying than the last. Spider-Man groaned. Okay, Plan A is officially out the window. What do we do now? Superman's eyes glowed red. We fight. We hold the line until we understand what we're really dealing with. Wolverine flexed his claws, a dark grin on his face. Finally, a real fight. Let's see who bleeds first. But the alien commander, Arathok, appeared above them, levitating effortlessly, the orb pulsing in synchronization with his heartbeat. You are nothing but pawns in a game you cannot even begin to comprehend. By sunrise, your world and your galaxy will bow to me. Spider-Man looked at his companions, tension tight in his chest. 5 days, that's all we've got. Wolverine growled, wiping a smear of blood from a rooftop fight. 5 days, huh? Let's make him count. As night fell, the city trembled beneath the weight of an invasion no one could have predicted. In the shadows, a hidden archive began to unlock, ancient texts revealing that Arathok's return wasn't random. The hero's ancestors had fought him before, and history was repeating itself, faster, deadlier, and with stakes that reached far beyond Earth. Spider-Man whispered under his breath, swinging into the night. This isn't just about saving people, it's about surviving history itself. And in the darkness, Arathok watched, smiling. Let the games of survival begin, and may the strongest or the luckiest endure. The first strike. Dawn broke over New York, but it brought no peace. Smoke curled from shattered streets, and the wail of sirens filled the air. Spider-Man swung between the rooftops, eyes scanning for civilians trapped in the chaos. The alien ThunderCats were everywhere, fluid, terrifying, and faster than anything the heroes had faced before. Logan, I count at least 12 of them heading south, Spider-Man radioed. His voice was tense, but focused. We can't hold them all. Wolverine growled, claws glinting in the early morning light. Then we hit hard. Quick, precise, and lethal. No hesitation. Superman hovered above, scanning the battlefield with supervision. His jaw tightened. They're organized, not mindless. Someone's leading them, and they're learning from us. The first clash erupted in Times Square. Spider-Man flipped into action, his webs tangling with an alien's glowing claws, yanking it off balance. Wolverine lunged at another, slashing through adaptive armor that seemed to melt under his claws. Superman, meanwhile, held back a group of ThunderCats from breaking into civilian zones, each punch and heat vision blast sending shockwaves across the concrete jungle. Amid the chaos, Spider-Man noticed the orb. Thok carried it like a crown, his eyes glowing in synchronization with its pulse. It radiated energy that twisted reality itself, roads bending, glass forming into crystalline shards mid-air, even the wind carrying whispers of another dimension. Wolverine growled as a feline alien leapt toward him from above. They're fast, but predictable. Watch their rhythm. He sliced through its legs mid-leap, but it recovered, landing in a crouch with unnerving grace. Superman blocked a sweeping claw strike, feeling a surge of energy ripple through the alien's movements. They're enhancing each other. It's like a hive mind, but smarter, adaptive. Spider-Man's spider sense screamed. Something big was coming. From a portal in Central Park, a massive figure emerged. Its armor was jagged, darker than the rest, and its eyes burned with crimson intensity. Thok's lieutenant, an even deadlier ThunderCat, several feet taller than any hero, exuding raw power, landed with the force of a meteor strike. Wolverine growled and charged, but the alien slammed its fist into the ground. A shock wave sent him flying across the street. Spider-Man's web caught him mid-air, but debris rained down. Superman swooped in, but the alien caught him with one hand, throwing him into a nearby building with terrifying ease. Spider-Man ducked behind a streetlight. Okay, that was a mistake. Suddenly, Wolverine's senses flared. He's not just strong. He's feeding on fear and energy. Watch how the pulse sinks with the orb. Spider-Man realized the orb's energy was expanding outward, resonating with the city itself. Streetlights flickered in rhythm, vehicles' engines sputtered, and even the air seemed charged with an oppressive force. People screamed, fleeing, but some froze. Their eyes reflected the alien energy, a temporary control over mind and motion. Superman recovered, wiping dust from his face. We can't just fight them physically. We need to cut the link to that orb. Wolverine nodded, scanning the battlefield. Then let's get close. Fast and dirty. No heroics, just survival. They moved. Spider-Man swung through alleyways, creating diversions, his webs ensnaring smaller ThunderCats. Wolverine's claws tore through armor, leaving trails of molten metal. Superman used heat vision to disrupt the energy field, blasting power conduits feeding the alien device. Then came the shock. Thok disappeared mid-fight, reappearing behind Superman. Predictable, he hissed. Superman spun, fists ready, but Thok's palm pressed to his chest. A surge of alien energy coursed through him, and for a moment, he staggered, vision blurred, strength halved. Spider-Man and Wolverine regrouped. We need to pull him off, Spider-Man shouted. Wolverine's claws clashed with Thok's lieutenant again, sparks flying. Keep him busy. Spider-Man hurled a web net at the lieutenant, entangling its limbs. Wolverine roared, slashing at its armor with precision strikes, each one leaving deep gashes that glowed with energy as the alien healed rapidly. Superman, shaking off the energy drain, charged, landing a crushing punch to the lieutenant's chest, sending it crashing through the remains of a skyscraper. But the momentary victory came at a cost. The orb pulsed violently, sending waves of energy across the city. Cars were lifted into the air, fires erupted spontaneously, and the ground cracked in jagged fissures. Spider-Man barely held onto a lamppost as the air pressure shifted. Wolverine crouched low, his claws digging into concrete to avoid being thrown off balance. Superman hovered, eyes scanning the city, fury building. Thok appeared on a rooftop, observing. You fight bravely, but this is only the beginning. Your world, and your allies, are pieces in a game far larger than you understand. Spider-Man looked up at him, fear and determination mixing. Pieces? We don't play by your rules, buddy. Wolverine growled low. And we don't lose. The alien's laughter echoed, unnatural and chilling. Then, with a motion almost imperceptible, he vanished again, leaving only the orb behind. It hovered, pulsing, radiating a force that seemed to reach into the minds of the heroes. Spider-Man touched it cautiously. This isn't just a weapon. It's controlling something, maybe even more than just them. Superman frowned. We can't destroy it without knowing the consequences. If this is connected to another dimension, or worse, the multiverse, we could make it worse. Wolverine's claws flexed. Then we trap it, or we break it. One way or another, it stops here. The city lay in ruins around them. Fires burned unchecked, alarms screamed, and somewhere in the distance, more portals began to flicker into existence. The heroes were battered, exhausted, but not broken. They knew they had only begun to scratch the surface of what Thok had planned. Spider-Man's voice was grim. 5 days. That's all we've got. And if today is any indication, he didn't finish. Wolverine didn't need him to. The storm was coming. Shadows of the past. The city was a battlefield. Smoke coiled like serpents around crumbling skyscrapers, and the alien ThunderCats prowled the streets with predatory grace. Spider-Man swung through the chaos, dodging energy blasts and twisted debris, his heart pounding. Every step, every leap brought him closer to the truth and closer to danger. "Logan, over here!" Spider-Man shouted, ducking behind a partially collapsed billboard. Wolverine appeared, claws extended, muscles taut, eyes scanning for threats. "What is it?" he growled. Spider-Man pointed to the orb Thok had left behind. It pulsed in rhythm with the city, almost alive. "It's not just a weapon. It's a beacon, and I think it's calling something or someone." Wolverine's ears twitched. Calling them? Or him? His claws flexed instinctively. From above, a dark silhouette emerged. Thok hovered in the sky, cape flaring in unnatural wind. "Clever, but still blind," he said, voice echoing like a chorus of whispers. "You cannot comprehend what you are up against. I am not of your world. I am the remnant of a civilization you cannot even imagine." Spider-Man felt a chill run down his spine. "Okay, that's terrifying." Superman landed between them, fists glowing. "Explain yourself, Thok. Why Earth? Why now?" The alien tilted his head, amusement flickering across his face. "Your ancestors fought my kind millennia ago. They failed to destroy the signal, and I have returned to finish what was started. This planet is only the first step." Wolverine's eyes narrowed. "Millennia ago? Then this isn't just about us. It's about history repeating, and we're in the middle of it." Thok's lieutenant leapt from the shadows, claws sparking. Wolverine lunged, intercepting it midair, their clash igniting the concrete beneath them. Spider-Man shot webs at the remaining ThunderCats, temporarily restraining them, but each one adapted faster than the last. Superman fired heat vision into the sky, cutting through a portal that flickered with chaotic energy. These portals, they're unstable, but they're opening faster. We can't hold them all. Suddenly, the orb pulsed violently. The energy waves slammed into the heroes, distorting space around them. Spider-Man's webs melted midair. Wolverine's senses screamed, disorienting him. Superman struggled to maintain focus, his strength tested in ways he had never experienced. Thok smiled. "Feel the weight of eons. Your strength is admirable, but you are insignificant compared to the tide I bring." Then came the twist. From the energy waves emerged an unexpected figure, a shadowy humanoid, eerily familiar. Its features were distorted, a twisted reflection of a hero long thought invincible. Spider-Man's jaw dropped. "No, it can't be." Wolverine growled low. "It's a clone or a projection. Something made from us, but wrong." Superman's eyes widened. This is connected to me? My DNA? My energy?" Thok's laughter boomed across the battlefield. "Indeed, you are part of a legacy that predates even your planet's history. The experiments of your ancestors, the prophecies written in blood, they all lead here. You were always meant to be part of this game." Spider-Man clenched his fists. "So all this chaos, it's personal, and we're just pieces." "No," Wolverine snapped, claws extended. "We're players, and players fight back." The clone advanced, matching Superman's movements, predicting every strike. Wolverine's claws met the Phantom Hero's defenses, sparks flying as metal tore against supercharged energy. Spider-Man dodged an incoming strike that could have split him in half, flinging webs at the clone in desperation. Arathok's energy orb pulsed again, stronger than ever. Its light enveloped the battlefield, revealing hidden cracks in the city and hinting at otherworldly landscapes beyond the portals. The heroes realized the fight was no longer just on Earth. It was bleeding into dimensions they could barely perceive. Superman unleashed a massive heat vision blast, disintegrating part of the clone, only for it to split and reassemble like liquid metal. Wolverine growled, lunging again, but the clone anticipated him, delivering a strike that knocked him back into a burning car. Spider-Man's webs were shredded by the clone's energy aura. And yet, amid the chaos, a spark of hope appeared. Wolverine noticed faint markings on the orb, symbols that seemed ancient, almost ritualistic. These markings, their weakness, something Arathok can't control completely. Spider-Man's eyes widened. If we can decode it fast, maybe we can fight back in a way he doesn't expect. Superman hovered above the battlefield, surveying the destruction. Then we do it. But first we survive the wave. Arathok's voice echoed as he rose higher into the sky, the orb thrumming with unbearable energy. Your time is almost up. The hunt has begun, and the prophecy unfolds. Resistance is futile. The heroes readied themselves for the next onslaught. Their bodies were battered, the city in ruins, but their resolve burned brighter than ever. The truth of their pasts, their powers, and the aliens' dark legacy was starting to surface, but nothing could prepare them for what was coming next. The air was thick with tension. Every shadow could conceal an enemy, every portal a new threat. They knew the battle was far from over, and the line between friend, foe, and destiny itself was beginning to blur. Fractures. The city groaned under the weight of destruction. Smoke and fire twisted through the streets, casting flickering shadows across crumbling buildings. Spider-Man swung between rooftops, adrenaline pumping, his mind racing. Each swing brought him closer to both the enemy and the terrifying truth. Arathok wasn't just an invader. He was a reckoning. "Logan, look at this," Spider-Man shouted, pointing toward the orb hovering above Times Square. Its glow pulsed violently, rippling through the city like a heartbeat. The energy wasn't just destructive. It was alive, feeding on fear, chaos, and resistance. Wolverine growled low, crouching on a shattered rooftop. "Every pulse, it's weakening us and strengthening them." Superman landed beside them, fists clenched. He's using the city itself as a conduit. If we don't shut that orb down, every attack we make will only feed him. Before they could plan, a new wave of ThunderCats descended from the portal in Central Park. Faster, stronger, more coordinated than before. Spider-Man flung webs to slow them, but the aliens adapted instantly, moving in synchronized packs that pushed the heroes back. Suddenly, a familiar voice sliced through the chaos. "Peter, Logan, Clark." It was distorted, almost inhuman, yet eerily familiar. The shadowy clone from the previous fight emerged again, standing atop a ruined skyscraper, energy flickering around its body. Spider-Man froze. It's him again, or me, or us. Wolverine's claws flexed. Doesn't matter. It dies. The clone lunged at Superman, moving faster than he could track. Superman blocked, but the impact sent him crashing through a wall, leaving a trail of rubble. Spider-Man and Wolverine engaged the rest of the ThunderCats, but their numbers were overwhelming. Then came the betrayal. A sudden shockwave radiated from an alley behind them. From the debris, one of the city's defense AI drones, enhanced with alien technology, turned against the heroes, targeting them with laser cannons. Spider-Man barely dodged. "What the hell?" Wolverine growled. "Arathok's playing with everything. People, tech, even us." Superman shot a heat vision blast, taking down the rogue drone, but the clone used the distraction to deliver a brutal strike to the ground beneath Spider-Man. The street split open, sending him tumbling into a deep fissure. Wolverine lunged to save him, slashing through concrete, while Superman held off the clone midair. Spider-Man hit the ground hard, groaning. "I'm okay, barely." He looked up and saw the alien lieutenant regrouping, claws raised, ready to strike again. Wolverine's eyes narrowed. "We can't just survive anymore. We have to fight smart." He pointed at the orb. "That thing is the key. Take it down, and we turn the tide." Superman nodded, focusing all his energy on stabilizing the portal. "We need a plan that hits it from every angle. If R.A. Thok controls it, he controls the battlefield. Cut him off and we can win." Spider-Man's fingers itched as he analyzed the orb's energy patterns. "Wait, I think I see it. There's a sequence in the pulse, like a lock. If we disrupt it, we can destabilize the connection." Wolverine grinned darkly. "Finally, some good news." But before they could act, R.A. Thok appeared above them, the orb now spinning violently around him. "You believe you understand me," he said, voice booming. "You do not. Your resistance is amusing." He extended his hand, sending a wave of energy that slammed into the heroes, forcing them to their knees. Spider-Man's webbing melted midair. Wolverine's claws cracked under the pressure. Superman's vision blurred. R.A. Thok hovered, triumphant. "Soon, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Your world, your powers, all belong to me. And yet, even now, I admire your persistence." Spider-Man's gaze hardened. "Persistence, yeah, that's our superpower." Wolverine growled, claws slicing through a nearby steel beam, using it to launch at R.A. Thok. Superman roared, his heat vision forming a converging beam at the orb. Spider-Man fired web lines to disrupt the energy sequence. The orb shuddered, its pulse flickering. The energy around the city quivered. For a brief, terrifying moment, it seemed like victory was within reach. But R.A. Thok laughed, a sound that echoed across dimensions. Clever, but far too late. The ground shook violently. Portals ripped open faster than ever. More ThunderCats poured through, and the shadowy clone reassembled, stronger, smarter. The heroes were pushed to the edge, battered, bleeding, but unbroken. The battle was far from over, and the line between life and death, ally and enemy, was beginning to blur. The final eclipse. The sky over New York had turned a sickly shade of green, streaked with lightning and rippling portals. The city was a battlefield, but now it was also a cage. R.A. Thok hovered above, the pulsing orb rotating around him like a dark sun. ThunderCats poured through every portal, their claws glinting, eyes glowing with malevolent intelligence. Spider-Man swung through the chaos, dodging energy blasts and debris. "This is insane, and we're supposed to save the planet." Wolverine snarled, claws digging into the fractured street. "No time for questions. We hit hard, or we die trying." Superman soared above, fists glowing. "Focus on the orb. It's the source of his power." R.A. Thok laughed, a sound that shook the buildings. "You cannot win. This is fate. Your bloodline, your powers, your very existence, it all belongs to me. I am the culmination of centuries of forbidden experiments." Then the shadows shifted. The clone appeared, this time revealing its true form, an amalgamation of the hero's DNA designed to counter their every move. Spider-Man's eyes widened. "It's us, but wrong. Terrifyingly wrong." Wolverine roared, charging at the clone. Metal and energy clashed, sending sparks and shockwaves into the air. Spider-Man launched web lines, tangling smaller ThunderCats, buying precious seconds. Superman's heat vision converged on the orb, slicing through the pulsing energy. The orb shuddered, its energy flickering. For a moment, R.A. Thok faltered. "Impossible. How?" Wolverine growled, eyes blazing. "Persistence, baby. That's how." Spider-Man analyzed the orb midair. "The pulse sequence. I can destabilize it fully if we hit together." Superman and Wolverine nodded. They struck simultaneously. Superman's heat vision, Wolverine's claws, Spider-Man's web lines all converged on the orb. It shattered with a deafening pulse, energy erupting in every direction. The ThunderCats screeched and dissolved into sparks of light. R.A. Thok screamed, the orb's destruction severing his connection to the dimensions. No, this cannot be. I am eternal. But then came the revelation. From the ruins of the city, a hidden archive activated. Holographic symbols projected into the sky, showing the hero's ancestors fighting Thok long ago. The prophecy was real. Superman's lineage, Spider-Man's resilience, Wolverine's unyielding spirit. It was all linked to the multiversal balance. Spider-Man whispered on his voice. We were part of this all along. Thok, weakened, fell to the streets. Wolverine stood over him, claws ready. Time to end it forever. Superman's hand hovered above, energy crackling. No, he's the last piece of a story that shouldn't continue. Together, they struck, combining strength, skill, and strategy. Thok dissolved into a cascade of light and energy, screaming as he vanished into nothingness. The portal sealed. The skies cleared. For a moment, silence. Then, slowly, civilians emerged, awestruck, as the heroes stood amid the ruins. The city was battered but alive. Spider-Man looked at Wolverine and Superman. 5 days and we survived. Wolverine grunted. Barely, but we survived. Superman gazed at the horizon. This was more than a battle for Earth. It was a fight for the multiverse, and we were ready. The shadows of the past had been defeated, the prophecy fulfilled, and the heroes had proven they were more than protectors. They were part of a destiny that spanned galaxies. And yet, as the sun rose over the ruined city, a whisper of energy lingered in the sky. Somewhere beyond sight, the multiverse trembled, hinting that the story wasn't over, only paused.